Hello everyone, Lady De Winter here, and today we're in the kitchen. Now, I'm going to make a chicken pot pie. How am I going to do it? Do I roll out pie crust? Heck no. Why? First I take a rotisserie chicken that I have bought from Kruger's. Now, the reason I use a rotisserie chicken is twofold. They're cheaper than buying a whole chicken and cooking it. They're easier than buying a whole chicken, and yes, I have washed my hands. They're easier than buying a whole chicken to do this with. They're more cost efficient, and I can get 3 bags of chicken out of this one chicken. So that's why I use the rotisserie chicken instead of buying a chicken from the store. And I don't throw the bones away. Oh no, they go right back in there, because then I use the bones to make bone broth. So now, and I peel the skin off, and that goes back into the bone broth. Unless, of course, I eat it. Sometimes I do. So.
Sometimes, she says.
Sometimes. Now, I tear this up with my hands. And then I get out a trusty, handy-dandy knife and finish it off. Now, I honestly think 2 thighs is going to be enough. I don't know. Let me chop this up first and see if this is going to be enough chicken for this. Yes, there's a cat in the background. He is hoping I will drop some chicken. I rarely ever drop chicken, so he's just going to be screwed. Now, I get my handy dandy trusty paring knife and a measuring cup. Now, I want about maybe 1.5 cups to 2 cups of chicken for this. So what I will do is I will cut this up and see how much chicken this actually makes. If it makes enough, we'll fly with this. If it doesn't, we'll tear off another piece of chicken and add it. That is the beauty of the rotisserie chickens. Oh yes, we know you want food. Yeah, he's wanting food.
Before you do anything as far as baking, with whatever you're baking, you always want to preheat the oven. The recipe calls that we preheat the oven for 400 degrees. At the same time, if you're using frozen pie crusts like we decided to do, you want to kind of give them some time to thaw out. We've got 2 frozen deep dish pie crusts here. This is going to be the topper here. It's going to look a little bit different when we put it on the pie. And here's the actual pie itself, the pie crust, the under pie.
And we're back, and this time we're going to be putting together the ingredients of the pie. Now I have cream of chicken soup from Campbell's, because that's what was on sale. I have chicken, 1.5 cups, and I have a bag of frozen peas and carrots, which I'm going to dump in there. That seems like an awful lot, doesn't it? Okay. It'll be an awfully big pie. So, all we do now is we dump all these ingredients in here. Now, here's the getter, okay? You see the cream of chicken soup is kind of thick. Well, we're going to add a 1/2 can of milk to that, just so it kind of thins out just a little bit. We want a nice gravy, but we don't want it too thin. So what we're going to do now is mix all of this together. Just like this. Now in the future you might not want to use so much just ingredients, but we have a deep dish pie crust, so I think we can get away with this. And yes, the vegetables are still frozen. They will unfreeze, trust me, as you bake them. I can't get in there. I need another spoon. There, see? I'm frugal this way. I have to scrape the can, folks. I just, how I am. I'm frugal. I'm frugal. Frugal my butt. I'm cheap. I'm a cheap old lady who wants to make sure that I'm not wasting food. So, there we go. Ah! And there's our oven. So, now, there we go. That's the ingredients. Back to our video. Here we go. We're going to fill our pie crust now with all of this deliciousness. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit much.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit much.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, it should be okay. Now, I don't know what that is though. That does not. Oh, that's frozen milk.
That's ice.
That's frozen milk. Okay. Yeah. Where's my spoon? Okay. So now. Okay. I'm gonna put that aside, and we're gonna pat this down into the pie crust a little bit, so that it's nice and even in there. That's frozen milk, guys. Sorry about that, but because I'm using a frozen pie crust. And frozen veggies.
Frozen veggies or anything else.
Yeah. Thaw your vegetables before you do this is my advice.
Tip number 1, thaw your vegetables. Tip number 2, make sure you're doing a video on a dinner we've already had previously, so that way we don't look like a bunch of bumbling idiots.
Hey, I'm not a bumbling idiot. I saw this on a YouTube video. She made it while she did it, so hush. So there. I'm tamping it all down in there so it's nice and covered. Now, here comes the easy part. Take the other pie crust, which is now very, very, and simply put it on top. Then you take a fork, like so, and you mash the edges together, like so. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't always work, because now my pie crust is very thawed. So we'll just do this now then. Yeah.
Go.
All right, we have everything tramped down. Now, it's not very pretty right now, but it will be as soon as it's baked. So let's stick it in the oven, and oh, I forgot a step, viewer. Ow, that was hot. I forgot a step. Aluminum foil your edges.
Oh yeah, that does help.
If you don't, then you're going to have burnt pie crust around your edges. So,
Sorry guys, we took a cooking class like yesterday. I don't remember a whole lot from it.
cooking class? Who took a cooking class? I've never taken a cooking class.
No, see, she completely forgot about the cooking class we went to.
Yeah, really. Now, actually, I got this recipe off of a YouTuber, a homesteader that I watch regularly.
Probably why the guy threw us out of the class and hit us with a wooden spoon.
Probably. I didn't think to make any of this ahead of time. So. But this is an important step so that you don't burn your edges of your crust, okay? Because otherwise the edges of your crust will burn. And then your pie is going to taste crappy. So. And yes, I'm using kitchen shears to cut aluminum foil because I failed at aluminum foil pulling class 101. So, here we go. Okay, so, now y'all wanted a cooking with Lady video, you got it. This is how Lady cooks. Okay, now we can put it in the oven. Okay. There we go. Now, we'll want to bake it for about 25 minutes or until the crust is nice and golden brown. So there you go, folks. That's dinner.
Alright guys, so we did kind of have to put it back in the oven. The pie crust didn't go exactly as we had intended to. This wasn't really any of our faults. This is a new pie crust. We've never used it before, so we're not very familiar with it. We put it back in for 425 degrees for 15 minutes. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown. Take a look at the edges. Nice and not burnt. That's a plus. That's what the pie looks like right there. So, lady, how's about we cut into this sucker and look at it?
That sounds like a plan.
Go.
So there it is, the finished pot pie. It's cooled. Let's see how it worked. It's a little tough to get out of pie shell.
Smells good.
It smells good. Trying to get it all out of there is the thing. Using the scooper, and that's not working. But anyway, there you go, guys. Pot pie. Taste tester.
Well, okay. Let's see. Try to hold the camera while taste testing something. Well, I'm not that.
Oops. I guess it wasn't very good.
I'm just kidding. It was actually really good.
It's delicious.
Are you eating my pie?
Oops. It's very good, people. It's very good. I'm so happy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Lady DeWinter and her chicken pot pie, reminding you that you're never too old to learn. Game. Learn, because I just learned how to do this. Bye-bye for now.
She ate my pie!